Hi, Sean Massey here, author and change agent, and I am standing next to a sign in my house that says Teach Peace. I want to talk about four things today, and one of them relates to this concept of teaching peace, because it's not about going out and teaching peace to others. It's about letting life teach peace to you. This journey is about waking yourself up to the ways that you've left yourself, to the ways you've turned against yourself, or where the one thought behind all emotional pain is telling you this should be different than it is. I should be different than I am. I should be more than I am. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have done that. This person, this situation should be different than it is. I need it to whatever. When we start to harvest the thinking that says that, it's like each situation becomes the temple bell that calls us to the very lesson we are wanting to learn. I got this bell in that part of Tibet, of China that used to be Tibet. This is a yak horn. We loved eating yak for a while. We would say once you've had yak, you'll never go back. But anyway, it really is not about traveling the world to follow gurus, to find these remote places to be in peace. The living meditation that brings you to a place of being able to really come home to yourself, really create a life you love, really clean up those parts that still aren't working for you despite this spiritual journey you've been on for so long. The anxiety, the annoyance with your spouse, the ways that you feel separate or outside the rest of the crowd, the ways you don't know how to move into action on the political scene, all of those things that are still there for you, the ways you believe your own identity and the rules that your mind came up with are actually very easy to shift so that you move into clear, aligned action on your own behalf, and that creates win-win situations everywhere you go and with everything you touch. This process that I'm talking about is not rocket science, even though it's based on brain science. It works like magic, even though it is very systematic. Life will bring you the very next thing you need to wake yourself up. You just need to know what to do with it. It's simple, it's predictable. So I call that the no matter what way, the place where no matter what's happening, you can find peace within yourself and often see how it's happening for you instead of to you. No matter what you've said or done, you can find your own innocence. No matter how bad things get, you don't turn on yourself and make yourself less than. It's easily possible. It's something that often people have already been on the search and still haven't got this peace. That was me. I see people right now in our groups doing these amazing things, like getting down through that huge pile of papers that was covering the kitchen table so they could never eat there for years. And after going into this work for about a month with the goal of helping the parts that were saying, no, I can't do that, or putting everything else first, or fearful or resistant, instead of steamrolling over them, instead of zipping them shut, instead of tying their hands, instead of affirming over them or going all positive on ourselves when we don't actually even believe our own affirmations, we are bringing those little innocent parts up and letting them see for themselves. And it doesn't take that long. So the second part I wanted to say is that we have a group coming up that it's starting very, very soon. So I have opened these 4 days to give you my phone number. Those of you who have either been watching this and want to come in the door and start doing it for yourself, or maybe you're getting it right here on this particular video when I talk about someone who left our retreat and stopped eating sugar after that, who got these pieces, these agreements to keep with ourselves, these commitments that we weren't able to make before, that come out of the evolution of kindness within ourselves. and that change everything in our relationships with others. So this group, the No Matter What Masterclass and Coaching Cocoon, is starting very, very soon. And if you'd like to give me a call directly, that's number 3. It's my number. I'm going to give it to you right now. It's 301-785-0545. If I can't pick up, leave a message and I will call you back, and we'll have a free conversation to see how can I support you. This group is small and intimate. I was going to keep the marketing of it open until January, but after the retreat and after our recent group at Unity, people wanted to hit the ground running, so we're going to start it with a very intimate group of people. It's also a beta program, so I've lowered the price from what it normally would be, because instead of originally we had it as a year, then we honed into 5 months. Now we're presenting this program at what I think is going to be a very efficient 4 months, 120 days to learn this work, some of which is based on the work of Byron Katie, on my wheel of self-love, and on this entire personal paradigm of global and inner peace that I call the No Matter What way. So the No Matter What Master Class and Coaching at Cocoon allows you to be held in private coaching with me, in partner work with changing partners that you get to a very deep and fun level with, and in a virtual group. It also has with it a couple of bonuses that include a half of a VIP day, lunch, and a special topic in person with me, as well as half off a retreat. Those bonuses are optional, but if you want that in-person time, that's part of it as well. So I want to invite you to give this to yourself. I know you've been out there watching. I know you think you've done all of the work. You've got enough other things going on. You've got all this inner work that you're already doing, programs you're already paying for. What I find is that this makes everything make sense for people. Then you're able to use life as your teacher. Then you're able to wake yourself up. And if you have already got this and you want to pay it forward, that's the 4th thing I wanted to say, is we are starting a referral program. So if you want to introduce someone to me that you think would be helped in the way that you've been helped, please let me know. Please send a text or an email to both of us together and introduce us, and I would be happy to meet with them and see if they're a good fit for the program. I am the gatekeeper. I don't just send out a link for anyone to sign up, because I want to make sure that you're ready, and if you need some of the private work first, that's fine. And yet this exponential shift that happens in the context of these groups is like nothing we've ever seen. For a very small amount of time and money, you get a huge shift. So if you're interested in that, click the link below and take a look at what's the theory behind it and what are the features included. Please feel free to give me a call and learn how to use life, the very things that hurt, as the temple bell calling you back to yourself, unraveling the most disempowering mindsets in 120 days in a fun, systematic way that you can keep for life. Take care. Bye-bye.